Assalamu alaikum. Well, it's been a month since I've been back here in Egypt. It's my first lesson. I've been a little bit worn out. Trip was very long, exhausting. And I guess I'm old, so that's why I've chosen this first verse. It just struck me as I was reading my daily Quran recitation, reading. I paused and I said, this will be a perfect way to greet you all again and introduce myself to you. So we are now on page 410, Surat Az-Zumar, verse 54. I hope you enjoy this little bit of exposition on how I'm feeling. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله الذي خلقكم من ضعف ثم جعل من بعد ضعف قوة ثم جعل من بعد قوة ضعفا والشيبة يخلق ما يشاء وهو العليم القدير. The translation of this verse is Allah has created you in weakness, and then after that He brought forth power after your weakness, and then He brought forth after the power weakness again and white hair. He creates what He will, and He is all-knowing, all-powerful. So often my white hair is sticking out, and I can't control it because it's very tough. And I will often get comments of people saying, don't you have clips? Isn't there any way you can prevent that hair from popping out all the time? And I say, no. If I could, I would. Even wearing a tight black silk, tight as I can, it pops out. So I thought of myself as being pretty old, huh? Yeah. Which is why I've waited a month to recuperate since coming back. However, I have prepared many interesting little vignettes here. I'll finish this because as long as we have started with Surat Az-Zumar, let's go on. وَيَوْمَ تَقُومُ السَّاعَةُ يُقْسِمُ الْمُجْرِمُونَ ما لبثوا في غير ساعة كذلك كانوا يؤفكون وقال الذين أوتوا العلم والإيمان لقد لبثتم في كتاب الله إلى يوم البعث فهذا يوم البعث ولكنكم كنتم لا يعلمون. You know, it's referring, I'm going to translate this loosely for you, because those who were given knowledge and faith, they have stayed a while studying this book, and then on Judgment Day, Yom al-Ba'ath, they will realize that they were here for only a short while. يومئذ لا ينفع الذين ظلموا معذرتهم. They will have no excuse if they have been oppressive. ولا هم يستعتبون. And they are not able to make excuses. You know, this is referring quite aptly to how brief your life is and what you perceive and what you assume. And then suddenly it's Judgment Day. And there you are. وَلَقَدْ ضَرَبْنَا لِلنَّاسِ فِي هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ مِنْ كُلِّ مَثَلٍ وَلَئِنْ جِئْتَهُمْ بِآيَةٍ لَيَقُولَنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِنْ أَنْتُمْ إِلَّا مُبْطِلُونَ. We have set forth for people in this Quran every example. And if you came to them with a verse, They may be saying to those who are disbelieving, in antum ila mubtilun, you are merely being tested. كذلك يطبع الله على قلوب الذين لا يعلمون. In this way, we seal the hearts of those who do not believe. فاصبر إن وعد الله حق. Be patient. Allah's promise is true. ولا يستخفنكم الذين ولا يستخفنك الذين لا يؤمنون. Do not let anyone belittle you of the disbelievers. So why did I first say kum, yastakhfannakum, and then I said, no, sorry, it's yastakhfannaka. You, singular. It's singular. So Allah is speaking to you, singular here. Do not let people who, let's say, really don't believe, they don't have certainty that this is haqq. Don't let them belittle you. Don't let them cast you aside by making fun of you or even rolling their eyes when you're trying to teach them something beneficial. Don't let them do that, because they will try to do that. And they will do that. So I'm going to turn on now to the subject of the Shia. I'm going to close this and close this. And we're going to make this subject of the Shia a different lesson, because I'm going to do brief lessons now to make up to you for not being around. This is the way I always do it. And then I feel guilty that I have neglected you. Yes, I have. But honestly, that flight, I don't think I ever felt that way. I guess perhaps I was moving in. Well, this is how it went. I'll tell you just a little bit, because then you can say, did you really do that all by yourself? Yeah, I'll never do it again. Here's how it goes. My nephew picked me up, rushed to me, of course. I was all running late. So he came to Clearwater in Florida. We drove an hour to the international airport in Tampa. And then when I got out, I was overweight, of course, $500 overweight, carrying too many bags. I had to unpack them, repack them. It was ridiculous. So that made me exhausted. So that was a little bit of a start that I wasn't expecting. And then I boarded American Airlines to go from Tampa International Airport to Miami Airport, which is in Florida. So it was only like an hour and a half flight. And then I got off and I went to what the terminal was for, Qatar Airways. You may say, Qatar, why are you going east when your destination was Egypt, which is going west? That could be part of the exhaustion, but that's what happened anyway. And then I was waiting around for a couple of hours there to board the Qatar airline, which was a huge Airbus. I don't think I've ridden an Airbus before, and it was weird. There was always like this sound, because it's so giant that you're not really feeling like the normal feeling in a plane. It was just a little bit weird, and it was a bit weird. And I couldn't sleep, of course, even though I had the whole row. I don't sleep on planes. So getting off, getting through the whole Cairo airport routine, and then getting back to my place, it was after midnight. And of course, I couldn't unload anything because it was just completely 100% needing the dust to be removed, because in Egypt, you know, it is 97% dust here, right? Everybody knows that. Egypt is 97% desert. And that means no matter how careful you are, if you leave your flat for 2.5 years, oh my. So for a couple of days, I had to stay with a friend, and a little crew of 2 came in, and it took them 10 hours. But anyway, they did a great job. And then now I'm back, and I'm still getting acquainted with my surroundings, because the first week I don't think I was able to concentrate on anything, because my knees were just screaming because of the sitting. Oh no, not just because of the sitting. I had made a mistake about a month previous when I was walking back with a lot of groceries, backpack on my back, and two bags, which I felt that I was perfectly able to handle this, as I always feel that I am, and never having an issue. But on this particular day, and the walk is only 20 minutes from where I was to my house, I wore my little new, I call them my mountain hiking boots, which I don't hike, but I was for so long in the northern area, the Boston area, when it was cold, and that was after Gaza occurred. So I went shopping with a friend, and I got some winter apparel because I hadn't brought any with me. And she convinced me that there was this great 2-for-1 sale on hiking boots. She hikes. And I fell for it, and I got them. As it turned out, I left one pair at her house because I was staying with her for a short period. And then I felt I might as well wear them because I bought them. And I wore them. And that was the mistake, because I guess I shouldn't have been, I don't know. I guess people who wear those very stiff ankle, they go up past your ankle a little bit. I don't know, they were new and kind of cool. I was going for the look of it, feeling like they were very sturdy, and I almost felt a little bit like a soldier carrying my gear and walking back. And the next day, I don't know, I guess when you're wearing those kind of, I don't know, hiking boots, they call them, they constrict your normal feet. My normal feet are usually in, soft Skechers that are made out of cloth, and allowing them to be free and walk. Just be free and walk. So when I did this particular day of wearing the hiking boots, carrying all the heavy things, because I love walking and I love carrying, it doesn't bother me. Well, something happened, giving me a little lesson, saying, who's talking with this little lesson? I guess it's my better self saying, lady, you're almost 80. You gotta stop being eccentrically weird. I learned a hard lesson, because since that time, I've had a knee problem. I don't go to doctors, as you all know. I don't believe in them. So I pray, I put my hand on it, and I say this Ruqya. And then I do these little exercises online, which do help quite a bit. They show you what to do if you have a knee issue. And I've been doing them, but I didn't start soon enough. I neglected myself as usual. So now I do them every morning, and it's getting better. It is getting better. See, I'm trying to make up for my laxity in not doing anything for a month. And it's not an excuse, it's just an explanation. So I promise that I'm going to be doing more and more. Starting now, I'm going to do 2 verses regarding the Shia, because now what we're facing, the war in Iran, and people don't understand really about the difference. And so I'm going to stop now, 14 minutes, and bring your next lesson about the Shia, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.